All right, on my card, I have notes on lines and spaces here. And on this particular card, it tells me that my first note is an A. So that means the first note I would play would be A. After that, it's telling me that I need to go up a second, and then up a second, and then up a second, and then good. So when I play this, it would sound like this. You see how I did that? So that told me to do what I just did. Huh, interesting. I need you to leave it alone. Please stop touching it. Thank you. Okay, now look at this one. This is telling me that my first note is an F. And then my second note is going to go up a and up a and
down
and so what it's telling me to play is this. Does that make sense? What's your question, Kaylee?
That it's kind of like your card.
It is. It goes up and then down. Yes, exactly. They're just more notes there, right? Libby, I need your note to play. Thank you. All right, so now I need Miss Libby to help me out. So would you come sit beside me, please? And Libby's going to find an E first. Play E, please. Then she's going to go up a second, down a second, up a second, down a second. Fantastic. You can go back behind me now. And I need Larea to come to the piano. She's going to find a D first. How about a D? It's in the C, D, E group. No, ma'am. Yeah. Excellent. All right, so play D for us. And then go up a second, down a second, then what? Up a second, and then what? Up a second. Nice job. You can go to the back, and I'm going to have Ray help me on this next one. Oh, this one's super tricky. So it's also going to start on a D, but then it's going to go what? Tell me, guys. Up a second, and then same note. Okay, and then down a second. You got it. Let's play it, Ray. Yes. Wow, that was amazing. Very good. You had a tricky one, and it didn't trick him, did it? Not at all. Okay, so let's see. Kaylee, would you come around here? And oh, we did that one already. Oh, well, you know what? I think we're out of cards, so let's just do this one again, because I'm the one that played this. Now I want you to play it. Perfect. Nate, would you like to try on one? Let's have you do this one. Very good. All right, so when he played that, there were actually letters that worked with those notes too. When he went up a second, what note did he play?
G.
G. And then when he went up another second, what note did he play?
A.
And then when he went back down a second, what did he play?
G.
And then when he went back down a second?
F.
F. All right, so come over here to center number 1. So on a card that looks like this, which is what he just played, I'm going to find it. I promise I will. Right here. On a card that looks like this is what he just played. Now at the center, the F is already given to you, but you're going to have to fill in all of the rest of the notes. So you know that you told me this would be a G, and what would we look for here?
A.
A. Yes. And then what would we have to find for that one?
G. No, A.
B?
A. G.
This was an A. So Libby
G.
says G, and somebody else said B. Which one is it?
G.
Why is it G?
F. G. A.
Okay, so it's going back down. If it were going up there, it would be B, but since it's going back down, it's G. And then what about this one? F, back down to F, so there you'd have it. And then you would move this one over to the side, and then you would start this one, okay? And you have a stone here that you can move around on this keyboard if you need to for the center. So that's center number 1. Center number 2 next to me is, come on over, gang, and just flip your bodies this direction for a second. So when you're at center 2, flip your bodies around this way. Please look at me. Great. So when you're at center 2, you're going to be inside the circle of cards. And for example, let's say I want to start on this card right here. The number in the middle says 3. So the correct answer on this card is 3. And so I'm going to look at each box, and there's one mistake. There's one box that has mistakes. So I'm trying to find the mistake, the one that it does not add up to 3. And when I do, which here it is right here, then I'm going to use one of these X's and just X it out. So then that card is done, and I'll just move on to another one, okay? All right, so on this one, what's the correct answer? 6. So if something doesn't add up to 6 on this card, then you put an X on it.
Miss Dana, do you want some stones over there for that one?
Do we need stones?
You know, some of the class last week thought it was a little bit helpful.
Oh, to count.
About
Of course.
counting.
Yep, that's right. All right, so we have counting stones for you if you need them. If you finish with this and you still have time, then you can look at this one right here. One note lower. We're starting on a D today, and we want to make all these notes coming down to be one note lower than the one before. So if we're starting on D, what would my next card that I want to hang on there be? If I want to go one note lower from D, right, and so if you need to, you can look here. D, you're going to go down to C. So you're going to grab one of these C's, and you're just going to clip it on like that. Okay, so what are we going to need to put under the C?
B.
B. Okay, so Nate's thinking on his feet with the backwards. So use these orange cards to do some answers there.
A.
Okay, so that'll be part 2. Miss Christie, can you tell me about 3 and 4?
Absolutely. All right, come
All
over to the
one
table
on
with
the
3 and
table
4.
over there. Just stand
Okay.
at this point.
Yep. So I think that you guys know how all of these work. These are games that you know. We have Race to the Top. Yes, what do you need, Libby?
Why are you
Christy, I'm gonna leave it with
one of
you
my
for a few
dad's piano
minutes.
sheets?
Why are we what?
Using one of my dad's piano sheets.
Oh, does that blue one look like one of his?
Uh-huh.
That actually is from our class last week, or last year, they made up their own set of classroom rules because they kind of needed some rules. Do you have classroom rules at your school?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the Piano Detectives rules for last year. So it looks like your dad's sheet, but it's not quite the same. So centers 3 and 4, you're gonna have 2 different games to be able to play. You'll have Race to the Top. So you've got your keyboard there with the 3 stones, and you've got your cards here. And then we have Build a Rhythm. And so you like Build a Rhythm. So the person at 3 gets to decide what number for Build a Rhythm, okay? And you have your cards here that you'll turn upside down.
The person at 3 gets to decide which game, and if you agree on it, you can play, but if you don't agree.
Then maybe a teacher can help you decide.
Yeah.
Ideally, we really want you to get to play both games today. So maybe you'll play one game when you're at 3 and another game when you're at 4. So you guys can switch.
I want to be on
But
4.
how about number 5? Number 5, right over here, we're going to be doing activities pages. And if you have not finished one of your mystery pictures or one of our activities from the past, it's been a little while since we've looked at those, so you can work on those too. Okay, well, let's take a look. Ray, I would like for you to be at 4. And Libby, would you be at